Oreo ice cream dessert. Yes, yes, yes. Hey y'all, welcome back. Well, it's time for part 2 of the haul from the Goodwill Outlet bins from shopping the day after Thanksgiving. Now, if you didn't get to see the shop along, I have linked that below in the description, and I'm gonna try really hard to learn to put it up here in suggested videos. Also, because this is part 2, that means there was a part 1 that was also filmed and posted, and I will also link that hopefully here, and if not, down in the description below. So if you're new to my channel, welcome, and one of the ways that I like to start all of my videos is by reaching into my gratitude jar and pulling out a name of someone who motivates and inspires and helps me along in this new journey of mine. So today, it is Chapter 2 Vintage Co. Alex. So I don't often get to see a lot of Alex's live sales, so I have to go back and watch those. And so I miss all of the goodies, but occasionally I can catch her live sales on Sundays after church, and she has some amazing things. Plus, I love to do her shop-alongs with her because she really gives you a lot of good information about the items. She tells you how she's even been fooled by some things that she sees, and she thinks maybe they're vintage and they end up maybe being plastic or not so vintage, but she explains why she does pick them up and why she doesn't pick them up. So make sure you go and check out Alex's YouTube channel. I'll put it right up here for you to see. Make sure you go and subscribe to her channel and check out her content. She does have great content. So Alex at Chapter 2 Vintage Co., thank you for sharing all that you do with us. So let's get into the haul. All right, so part 2, I'm going to let you know that if you didn't get to watch part 1, I only spent $58 including tax on everything that I got this particular day at the Goodwill Outlet, or the bins as we call it. It's quite the experience if you've never gone, so try to find one in your area. But I showed a lot of things that I got in the first haul, and I actually forgot to show you some things because I kind of had it all figured out. I was gonna put some books in each one, I was gonna put some linens in each one. I totally messed that up. I'm gonna show you all of the books that I got. Now, if you've seen any of my videos, you know I love to look for children's, and I know that teachers need to build their libraries. So what I do is I look for books that I know that are gonna be most often used in their classroom or most appropriate for some of our new teachers who are building their classroom libraries, and I donate those books to them. So let's see what books I found. One of the first ones that's on top is a board book, which is great for little kiddos. It is a great author and illustrator, Eric Carle, and this is Eric Carle Dream Snow. And I do love the vibrant colors and the books. Now, I will be honest, I've never read this particular book. As I was flipping through this book, one of the things that I like is that it has some little pull downs, and they actually look, this book looks really new. So you get to open all of them and see the pictures underneath. And it would be great to give the children an opportunity to guess what they would see under the flap. I just love Eric Carle, and it's got the snow and everything on there. And I want to show you what this, if you can zoom in. Let me see if it'll zoom in on the price. Can y'all see what that price would be if a new teacher had to buy this book on their own? It was $10 for this book. And at the bins in my area, the books are 33 cents, 3 for $1, or 50 cents each. So I pick them up and donate them to teachers. Another book that I picked up to donate to a teacher is The Little Old Lady Who Wasn't Afraid of Anything. Now, this is a great book. This has some great read along with some sound words in it, like clap and stomp, and it allows the children to act out the story as they read it. And it goes through all the pieces as the lady is walking in the dark, and she was not afraid of anything. But, you know, there's always a but. It says, suddenly she stopped right in the middle of the path were 2 big shoes, and the shoes went clomp, clomp. And we get the children to make all the sounds and things. And this is a really great book. It was 99 cents at Goodwill. And I think that these books run anywhere from $9 to $12. This is a copyright of 1986, but it is a great book, so I picked that up as well. What else I got for teachers is a little Count My Blessings. It's a counting book. Now, this is just a little scholastic book, but I love the concept of this, the big print, the pictures and everything. I'm really drawn to the lower level reader books. Another one of the more vintage books that I got was the Hair book. And this is just a real fun book that talks about all the different types of hair. And you can see that it's a really old book. It has a copyright of 1979. And again, it has some great illustrations. Hair, it's everywhere. And it does go through and talk about curls and braids and beards and lashes, whiskers, eyebrows, and long mustaches. So these are just fun books. Now, this is not a book that I would donate to a classroom, but this is a more vintage book that I do tend to collect and pick up for myself. I also got, I think this is the last one that I got. Now, I've never read this book particularly, but it says, no turkey for Thanksgiving? How about luring one to town? But what happens when the plump and perky turkey is smarter than the townsfolk? A plump and perky turkey. So when I look at this book, it was a $4 book. If you buy it from Amazon or something like that, it was 99 cents at Goodwill, but I ended up getting it for 33 cents. And so it has great illustrations, and it's just one to put in your Thanksgiving set of books or your fall set of books. When I go to the bins, I also love to look for cookbooks. And a lot of times, y'all, you can find great vintage cookbooks. This one is not vintage, but I picked it up not because I'm a vegetarian. Let's be very clear. A girl likes her food. Now, Lovey tries to get me to eat lots of vegetables because he likes to eat healthy. I'm more of a fried chicken, rice and gravy with biscuit. Oh, and throw in some canned green peas because you gotta have vegetables, right? But I have a friend who is a vegetarian or likes to eat vegetarian style. So I found this book, and look at the bargain price there. The bargain price on it is $7.99, but I got it for 33 cents. And it's in great condition, and it has like some fajita recipes, a roasted vegetable salad, a chickpea burger. I don't know about a chickpea burger. Let's see what else they have. You had me at fajita, but wait. If it's vegetarian, they don't eat meat. Oh, it has seitan. Is that what it is? It says is a meat substitute made from wheat gluten. It is high in protein and has a meaty, chewy texture. Meaty, chewy texture. It can be found in the refrigerated section of large supermarkets and specialty food stores. They had me at the picture. They lost me at meat substitute. So, oh, I'm sure she'll love it. Okay, the next one that I got is super cool. This is actually the Gourmet Cooking School Cookbook, and it's a very, very old cookbook. It has everything that you need to know about cooking, and I'm sure there was no substitute in that book. But it is actually a first printing, and it has a copyright of 1964. And so I thought this was really great. I mean, it tells you, like literally, it tells you what are these things in the kitchen. I probably should read some of that. It also talks about the different herbs and spices. It goes on to do a menu, and what I thought was really cool when I looked at it is, look, it's got some handwritten recipes right here, and then it looks like they were typed up. Now, not a lot of pictures in here, but remember, this was about actually a cooking school. So it looks like what they've done is they have created different menus, and in that menu, well, let's just be honest that some of this is fancy food and I can't read it. What is the deal with cold meat and liver paste? I cannot do. Moving on. Do they have sweet treats in this book? Oh, well, she was quite the looker, Darlene Geis. Look at that. She is Darlene Geis. She is a writer and editor who turned from paper and pen to pots and pans under Mrs. Lucas Toolage. So this must be Miss Lucas right here. So I picked this up because I thought this was a super cool book, and it was a first printing with a copyright of 1968. And it actually does give you complete menus. And there are several, like 40 different menus in here, but I thought this book was really cool. So this whole big book, 33 cents. Another one that I got was Twice as Nice, a Second Helping. Now that's something I can get behind. All right, so this one is actually compiled by, it's a selection of recipes compiled by St. James Day School Cookbook Committee in Texarkana, Texas. So this is more like local. Now, it was originally printed in 1979, and it has a second printing in 1974 right in here. But I really loved the pictures on the cover, which kind of drew me to it. Now, there is not a lot of pictures in this book either, but when I open it up, I see two that I can get behind. One, zucchini bake. I can do that. And the other, Mexican corn dip. I had that when my friend made that for me the very first time, and I just loved it. And you know what I'm missing? You know what I'm gonna look for in this book, right? Or all of these books. Oh, this one has a menu as well. Look how they planned the whole menu. And then under that section, you get the recipes for all of those. But can we just go to, this is a game watching party. And it has also recipes by sections. It teaches these people how to set a table too. But let's move on to maybe Oreo ice cream dessert. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, 7-minute no-fail frosting. I love me some frosting. So this one, more my speed. This one, more my friend's speed. All right, let's see what else. In the book department, I picked this up because I just love this book. It's actually a textbook, I believe. Science Here and Now. Well, the Here and Now was 1961. So what I thought would be cool was, first of all, I love the print and I love the graphics in here. It says, fall brings changes. Well, there's a little poem there. Then it has some experiments in there. And I thought that was really neat. But I just love the graphics. The graphics in this book are really sweet. So I did pick this up, which is a school type book, 1961. The only other two that I got were not books, but they went in the book category, but it is sheet music. I ran across this bin that had a ton of sheet music, piano music in it. And the first one that I got was Playing Christmas Music Level 4. Now, I used to play the piano and I sing, but I cannot read a lick of music. So, this book, here is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I love sheet music. Here is Silent Night. It has all of the Christmas classics in here. So I picked up this one. It has a lot of it. But y'all, the best one of the whole thing, check this out. Look at these Christmas carols and look at that graphic. Isn't that beautiful? Now it's ratty and tatty, but I love it. This is piano arrangements with chord symbols for organs and guitar. And originally it was 49 cents, this Christmas Carol book, but look at the graphics on the inside. Isn't that beautiful? So if you saw the first part of this haul, you saw a wooden easel. And what I'd like to do is try to put this book up on the wooden easel, because look at the graphics in this book, and I just love it. Isn't that beautiful? It is just got some great Hark the Herald Angels Sing. Isn't that beautiful? Now it's falling apart, so that's why I want to put it in the easel. But I just love this, and I picked that up as well. Oh, my feet are going to sleep. Okay, let's see what else I got. I'm going to do the linens because there's more of those. What I thought I was finding was some just lace overlay. And when I took them home and washed them and everything, what it looks like is a set of curtains. Now it's really long. It's a really long set of panel curtains, and it does have some yellowing in that, as you can see. But the purpose that I'm going to use these for at my booth and at my shows, I use displays. I usually use like a painting drop cloth underneath, and then I dress it up with something vintage style like this. And so I got 2 large panels. These 2 are large panels of the same. And then I was able to get like the valance that goes in between or over it. So I'm actually going to use this because look at the detail in the bottom, if you can see that. And so I didn't treat it. I didn't do anything other than wash it, but it has some beautiful lace and things in there. And I thought this was a runner. I thought this was like a dress or scarf, which I may still use it as that, but it's just really long. I have a long piece of furniture that I just got for the dining room that I repainted, and it's about 50 or 60 inches long. And so I was originally got it to use as runners on my tables and displays. So that will be great because my tables are about 6-inch tables that I take to my shows and I display in my booth. And so these will make a really great warm feel to that. I only found one doily. It's a beautiful doily, but I only found one. And if you saw my very first trip to the bins, which I'll link that in the description below as well, I hit the doily mother load, but I only found one on this particular trip. Now, I'm not really sure how these 2 got in there, but I think they just kind of got in with my stuff. They look like 2 little napkins, but I still think they're pretty and they washed up okay. Again, I usually use things like this as to put under something that is going to be sitting on a relatively new painted piece of furniture. So it's okay that they got in there. This one, I'm not sure. So I'm going to need your help on this one because it's way too big to be a napkin. And it's way too big to be a handkerchief. I don't know if this, I don't know what it's used for, but look how big it is. It's square. It's got some beautiful blue flowers on there. And I didn't know if this was a tablecloth. It's a very small table, but I didn't know it's not thick. It's like a thin cotton material. So if you know what this was for, would you please put it in the comments below? I mean, I hated to think that maybe it was a baby wrap. Could have been a baby wrap. Could have been the topper over a tablecloth. But I just knew it was too big to be a napkin or anything. And at first I thought, well, maybe it's a bread, you know, for a bread thing, but that's a lot of bread. So if you guys would help me, please, and let me know what you think this piece is. I would appreciate that. And just drop it in the comments below. Just leave me a little comment. Now this is a dresser scarf, and I picked this up even though I know it has some staining on it that I couldn't get out. But I have one similar to this, but look at the beautiful design on there. Let me see if I can get it close for y'all. Do you see that? It is a long dresser scarf or some type of runner. Oh, I think I showed you backwards, so hold on. Let me show you that again. And this is on both ends of this. So this is really pretty. And yes, there's some yellowing in there, but I really don't care about that. And a lot of people who buy these linens, these vintage linens, they don't either. It kind of gives it charm. But especially if you have a piece of furniture that's damaged on the top before you can have a chance to have it refinished, or if it's really antique and you don't want to paint over it, then I recommend something like this to put underneath that. Another piece that I got was the coolest flag. Y'all, it has this little stamp on it right here. It is I think a 3 foot by 5 foot flag, American flag. And let me show you that it is beautiful. Here's the stars. Let me just open the whole thing. But if you can see, it's more like a rustic color flag, and it's a full flag, but I have a project that I want to do with this. And I have an old window, an old antique farmhouse window, and I want to put it in one side and drape it through the panes that don't have glass in them, and let the bottom just hang out for a 4th of July display. So I did pick this up, and again, linens are $1.19 a pound, so I end up, depending on how many linens you get, sometimes last time it was like 13 cents a linen, and this time I think it was more like 30 or 40 cents a linen, because I got some heavier pieces that I'll show you in a moment. I was able to find one little Christmas apron, which I've never found a little Christmas apron before, but this is just a cute little Christmas apron with 2 red pockets, and it does tie, and I thought that was so super sweet. So I should have probably put that in my booth, but I do have a live sale, one more live sale for the year coming up, and I may add this apron to that live sale. So make sure you hit the notification bell so that you will know when I post a video or when I go live for maybe one of my live hauls or a live sale. And I'd love to have you participate in one of my live sales. This is a very soft cotton round tablecloth. It's really big, but you can see I've got it folded in half, and it is just white, and it does have a design. I didn't know if I could get the camera to pick up the design. So when I look at this, y'all, I almost see a dog figure. Tell me if you see a little dog figure like right here. Can y'all see that? It looks like a dog, maybe a poodle or a horse. Tell me in the comments below, poodle or horse? What do y'all see? But it is a large round tablecloth. And again, using this to drape over a table and put something else on top of that so that the white comes through is kind of why I got that. The same with this one, but look how beautiful this is. Now this one is rectangular, and I love the darker color of that, but this is, I believe this is crocheted, yes. But it has some great detail in that. And so I picked this up as well. I found one, this is so soft, y'all. It is one pillowcase, but look at the beautiful flowers on that. There's no staining or anything on this pillowcase, and I just love it. I have some blue pillowcases and some blue sheets, and I thought in the spring that would be pretty. Just one single pillowcase because it's a single little bed. I was able to find another very heavy duty. Now this one was heavy, so that's where some of my weight came from. This is a heavy duty, very large, just like a regular cloth, tablecloth, but it does have the lace trimming around the edge. And again, I picked this up. It is super, super long and big, but I picked this up because I have 5 and 6 foot tables that I use to display. And I was looking for coverings for those. I did look out and find this fabulous, very thick, almost canvas-like tablecloth. And it is beautiful Christmas red with the white snowflakes. It's very large. I wasn't gonna open it all the way, but it is a tablecloth. It does have seams on there. There is a tag in it, and I was trying to see if I could find the dimensions. It's made in China. It is 100% cotton, but it is really thick. And so I picked this up to use either at Christmas or I can use it later in the year, but I really liked that as well. Now, one of the good things about the bins is, you know, they have those bins all over the place. And the best part is where you find something in one bin and then 2 hours later, you find something that matches it to finish the set in the other bin. And this is close, not exactly. These are more current, more recent, and these are just some little napkins, Christmas napkins. And I was able to find a set of 2 of these Christmas napkins, which is fine because it's just me and Lovey here. And so at our bistro table in the kitchen, I'll be able to put these out for Christmas. So there's just 2 of those. And then I was able to find this long runner. Now there is some staining right here on this, but I'm going to use this in the spare bedroom because it kind of matches the colors on top of a dresser. And so actually a picture frame or candlestick or something will go on top of that and nobody will notice the staining anyway. But this is super, super soft, and this is a beautiful piece of vintage linen. So those pieces I'm actually keeping. All right, so there's just a few other pieces, and that's all the linens in the book. So these are the hard good pieces. The first one, my friend Hetty, who goes with me to the bins, she picked it up and said she was gonna give it to me because she already had one and I didn't have one and I wanted one. Check this out. It's got a beautiful wooden handle. It apparently had some blue paint on there, and it is a hand mixer. Isn't this awesome, y'all? I was so excited when Hetty said that I could have it because she already had one. But I thought this was just beautiful. What a beautiful display in the kitchen, especially since we do a lot of baking and things. But I think that might be black, but it kind of looks blue. I'm not sure. But I haven't decided if I'm gonna keep it because I really want to, or if I'm gonna have it for sale in one of my live sales. Now there is a marking on this, but I cannot read it without, you know, magnifying glasses. So we're just gonna say it's super cool. So I really liked that. Another great find that I had for the kitchen was this. Now, y'all, this is how I found it. I found this tray. Isn't that beautiful? Immediately, I just knew it was gonna glow. It doesn't glow. So I found this bottom piece. There is no chips, no cracks, no nothing in this little green pressed depression glass. And I was like, oh my God, Hetty, keep looking. We've got to find the lid. And right in front of us was the lid. No chips, no cracks, no nothing for this beautiful green butter dish. Now, I know my friend Miss Martha loves green glass, so I know she will be interested in this. But I thought that was awesome, and that's just part of the fun going to the bins, is that you're able to find one piece in one place, and a little bit later you'll find the other piece. But can you imagine? I couldn't even figure that this was not broken. No pieces of this was broken. And if you've ever been to the bins, you know there's just stuff on top of stuff on top of stuff. Another breakable that I found that was not broken was just this little statue. And I thought she was really cute. Look at her little face. And she has a basket of eggs and a basket of ducks or geese right here. There is no mark on her. I don't have a marking anywhere on her to tell me where she's from or who made her, but she has all of her little thumbs and fingers. I didn't see anything broken. The beaks are not broken. Her nose is not broken. If you see that little, she's tired. But she is a little bisque statue, but I thought she was too cute, and so I picked her up. Probably paying about 50 cents for those. I got this piece because I know my friend Carrie, KCATX, loves owls along with so many other people. And it's not a vintage piece, it's made in China, but look at this little owl trivet. Now my friend Christine, she collects trivets. And then we have a bunch of other people like Kim and Carrie that love owls. So it actually has all of its little 4 feet and the covers on there, but it's a smaller trivet, about the size of my hand, and I just know that people will like this, and so I will have this in a live sale. So I picked it up for some of you all. The next couple of things, there's only 3 more things, and I picked this one up because it's gonna make a great white elephant gift, or not so much a joke. I don't know. Check it out. It's a flask, but it's a festive flask. And it's new in the box. It's never been taken out of the box. Now the box needs to be cleaned. It doesn't say a price or anything. It's from TMD Holdings. But it is a Holiday Spirit 8-ounce ornament stainless steel flask. Now, isn't that a great white elephant gift or a gift exchange for a Christmas party or an office Christmas party? That would be so cool. So I picked that up. Again, I got it for like 50 cents. I saw this little vintage piece and I loved it immediately. It had just that old school 70s vibe to it. I think the saying, it's a pobby print. It's a little wooden hanging, and it just says, everything needs love. And isn't that cute? It has the little hanging piece right here, and it is just too sweet. I love the picture on that, and I love what it says on the back. There's no damage to it whatsoever. It's a little dusty. I need to be careful, but it doesn't look like it has any tears or rips or anything in there. And so I picked that up, and I probably got it for 50 cents as well, but it was $1.99 at Goodwill. So I got a bargain. Now, the last thing that I picked up from this particular trip to the Goodwill bins, the day after Thanksgiving. I keep saying that because I'm trying to warn you people, do not go to the bins the day after Thanksgiving. Crazy town. Watching Misty from Thrifter, Junker, Vintage Hunter and Michelle, Newton's Cupboard, they talk about picking up puzzles. I think both of them have picked up puzzles, and they're always saying, you know, make sure that it's new in the box or stand there and count all the pieces, especially vintage puzzles. So I ran across this puzzle. It is more vintage. It is older. And one of the things that we noticed was, yeah, there's kind of damage to the box here, but the rest of the box is still sealed, right? And this is the Riverside Walk. Is that Kmart? Can y'all tell right here if that is Kmart? Man, we used to love Kmart, and it was $1 wherever it was from. Now, right here on this edge is a little bit open, but what we tried to do was sneak a peek down in here, and none of the pieces are coming out, and it goes all the way to this edge. So I feel that there's no missing pieces in this 1,000-piece puzzle. And this is the Lafayette picture puzzle, the Riverside Walk. And it is approximately 27 by 28 inches when you put it together. It does not have a date anywhere on the puzzle, but it's a Warren puzzle made in the USA. So I did pick up this puzzle at that particular trip to the bin. So what do you think is your favorite? I love to read comments where people tell me what their favorite item was from the haul. I got a lot of good stuff in this haul. The first part and the second part. If you didn't get to see the first part, I have found vintage clothing at the bins. I couldn't believe it either. So for this particular piece, I really love the hand mixer. I thought that was cool. No, that just was super cool. I loved the tablecloths. You know, we've talked about this. I have a thing about tablecloths. I don't know what it is. I just like them and I keep buying them. But I like this one a lot because I actually have a spot for it. Yes, there's some staining. I think you can see it more on this side. But if I put that side toward the back and I put something over it, you will never see it. So I do like the linens. I like the little apron that I found. And I like the flag that I found. So what was your favorite item that you saw in part 2 of this Goodwill bins haul tonight? And remember, I told you in part 1 that I'm filming these on the same day. So yes, I have the same shirt on. It's a sweatshirt, and we have our fire going because, you know, in Texas, it's cold at 60 here. So we have to turn the fire on. But it's actually only about 65, 66 in the house. So we didn't turn on the heat. We turned on the fire instead just because we really think it's pretty too. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me through the haul. I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel to become part of my YouTube family. I do love to connect with all of you. And thank you so much for those of you who leave me comments. I get to chat with you through the comments, and I would love for all of you to come to a live event of mine. If you like this type of video, if you like to see a shop along, if you like to see the haul videos, let me know in the comments. If you like what you saw in this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you share my channel. If you have friends who also enjoy thrifting or vintage finds or finding things at a really good deal, share my channel with them. You can do that by going to the share option. You can copy the link and send that to them via text message or email or however you would like to. But I'd love to hear from a lot of people as to what they're finding as well. So thanks again for watching, and until next time, y'all stay pretty and be sweet. Bye-bye.
Y'all, I totally forgot to show you this. I got this stool for only $4 at the bins on my shopping trip that day. What a great bargain.